Hey guys, it's Spaces Sims, and we are back with more Winter's Wish, continuing the common route for Samurai Town on our way to Romance and Tojo, despite the fact that the game is trying really hard to throw Tominari in your face, even though you can't have him. Like, they were like trying, they're like, but Tominari, look at Tominari, you should go for Tominari. And then if you did, you'd be like, you only get bad ends, bitch. Like, rude. But anyway, we were defecting, basically, but not really. I'm sure it's all just a ruse, but I'm gonna guess we'll find out. While we were moving, I desperately continued talking to the two. You've lost yourselves. Let's go back to Ito for a moment. But no matter how much I talked to them, Tominari and Tojo never reacted. This feeling... Did they get their hearts back? I didn't ask what happened when a vessel's heart returned to them, so I don't know the details, but... In any case, I have to talk to them a little more and try to confirm it. As I organized my thoughts, we set foot in a clearing deep in the mountainside. Waiting there was a large group of men. Most of them appeared to be Ronin and had swords strapped to their waists. Well, though it was the middle of the day, everyone was sitting on the ground, drinking alcohol and causing a ruckus. Uncouth cackling laughter echoed, and the burning odor of alcohol wafted through the air. To think that there was a place like this near Ito. A clearing in the forest? With a bunch of drunkards in it? I don't know. Yeah. Like, it's not something you see every day, but if you ran into it, you'd be like, no, okay, makes sense. Drunk people in the woods. Eh. It was different from the entertainment district. The meeting was lawless in the truest meaning of the word, and I felt a clear sense of fear. Also, you're the only woman here, so you better hope your boyfriends are really going to protect you, because I don't know about these drunk Ronin dudes. I'm just saying. This seems dangerous. Where are the bears? Like, this is our hiding spot. I don't remember his voice, but that's okay. Looks pretty comfortable to me. That gets nice sunlight, too. I think it's great. Are they seriously saying that? They might actually believe that. I mean, again, I think it's all a ruse, but like, hey, they could be like, hey, yeah, nice spot. Could be a nice spot. Just because you're bamboozling this guy doesn't mean you can't compliment his nice little spot in the woods they picked out. I like you guys. I'll give you to the position of junior elder. Among the rabble, I could hear a high-pitched voice that didn't quite fit in with the rest of the crowd. Is his bastard child a woman who's trying to take over? A high-pitched voice? Okay, no, it's just a dude. I was like, it's in a high-pitched voice. That would have been amazing. That would have been so good. And I would have been like, all right, I'm on this team now. Oh. When I looked in that direction to check who it was, a young man was sitting cross-legged amidst the ruffians. I'm assuming this is Bastard Child. Tenichibo? Tenichibo? Is it supposed to be Tenichibo or Tenichibo? Tenichibo is probably right. Tenichibo. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's the pronoun. I mean, there's always accents. You never know where the accent is in the name. So anyway. Lord Tenichibo, what about me? What would I be? You look pretty smart, so how about Finance Commissioner? Ha! I'm honored! He's just randomly assigned. You know, this is not... This is gonna cause problems, but okay. Lord Tenichibo, please give me a role as well! Me too! Hey, you're also impatient. No need to fret. I'll come up with something for everyone. I hope he and Otaro don't go together because their voices are a little too similar. Because I ain't got that many voices. Especially for little bro dudes. You know what I mean? The odd atmosphere and people's vulgar demeanor was akin to a gang of mountain bandits. Who's that guy? Hey, watch your tongue! The person over there is Lord Yoshimune's illegitimate son! Lord... Kaigyo? Kaigyo? Kaigyo. I think it's Kaigyo. Tenichibo. Kaigyo. So that's... At the Ronin's words, the two of them began observing the youth from afar. Oh, God, sorry. Hold on a second. Okay. Sorry about that. I just noticed that I can not usually tell until we're in the middle of playing that the music is crunchy. And I'm like, not that I don't know if you can. I mean, like, I have it up a little bit louder than normal, but like, I was like, wait, and because it just and it just gets crunchy and staticky. I know my voice isn't, but like, just the capture card and my recording software, like sometimes it just doesn't connect properly. And even though everything looks fine, it sounds crispy and crunchy and gross. And I was like, no, we can't do that whole. If I notice, I'm gonna stop it and I'm gonna fix it. Like, you just have to stop the recording and start it again. But like, yeah. I was like, shit, that sounds crunchy. So, sorry. Anyway, at the Ronin's words, the two of them began observing the youth from afar. I think we read that, but that's okay. Tanichibo was a young man who wore the robes of a training monk. He appeared to be around my age. His face and way of speaking, unlike the Ronin around him, gave him a slightly more youthful impression. Now that I think about it, his face does seem to resemble Lord Yoshimune's. Does it? I can't tell. I've only seen Lord Yoshimune once, and that was in the beginning. Are they really similar? Hey, how come he's dressed like a Yamabushi monk? Yamabushi monk, a monk who undergoes intense training, secluded in the mountains. 'Cause mom popped out a bastard child and shipped him off to the nunnery, basically? Well, that's because he is a Yamabushi monk. I heard that he entered monkhood after his mother passed a few years ago. Or there's that. At that age? Well, that's not too rare in this day and age, but I'm sure he's had a rough time. All right, now's a good time as any to nab ourselves some jobs. Yeah, anything's fine with me. Huh? Wait just a second! I hurriedly stopped the two, who were about to confidently charge into the group of Ronin. What? If we don't go now, we're gonna be late to the party. That's true, but this is my last chance to convince them. If it's now, then I can still make it. While watching out for any suspicious Ronin eyes, I quietly whispered into their ears. Are we really joining up with them? We'll end up betraying the shogunate at this rate. Betraying? That's right. Yes, I know working for the Oniwaban is hard, but this isn't the way to... Wait, what are you talking about? There's no way we'd actually join up with these people. This is just an undercover investigation. I told you. But the fact that like they had her convinced at least was like, well, good, because like if she's convinced and like, what? Oh my God, what are you doing? Why? No, stop. Then you know the Ronin's like, yeah, okay, they're probably legit because she's freaking out. You know what I mean? That was the important part. But we knew that. What? But back then you said you were tired of work. I was acting in order to gain his trust. Our mission is to investigate the Ronin's goals, so I went along with the story. Sorry we couldn't explain everything properly. We just assumed acting wasn't really your forte and kept quiet. See, and they're also like, she'd be fake it, she wouldn't be good at this. They're right. Look at them. Oh, is that so? Sorry. No, it's fine. Thinking about it, it was obvious that the two of them would never betray the shogunate. If the seals on their hearts had been broken, then I should have been able to see their threats. I started to feel extremely embarrassed that I wasn't able to piece everything together and just panicked. Well, I mean, but again, to be fair, it sold the ruse. I jumped to conclusions. But thank goodness. If they really betrayed us, they would have been eliminated. That would have been awful, especially because we've only just become friends. Lord Kaigyo, yeah. I brought new compatriots! As that was happening, the Ronin approached Tanichibo. Oh, nice job. Now hurry up and introduce us. Yeah, hey you lot, come here quick. Alright, let's go. Yeah. Responding to the call, we immediately ran towards the two of them. In an instant, all of the Ronin there began focusing their attention on us. Lord Kaigyo, these are the people who wish to become our new companions. Their names are, I'm Kunitaka Tojo. Nice to meet you. Tominari Takamura. Kunitaka and Tominari. I see. But I have to say, you two are sure dressed to the nines. You aren't really Ronin, are you? We're Ronin, technically speaking. We only just broke away from the government, so it's not surprising we come off that way. Why did you leave? Let's just say we have a few choice thoughts about the way the shogunate does things. Just because we get paid doesn't mean everything's fine. Well, it's a common story. But from the looks of it, you're pretty high standing, right? Wouldn't it be faster to just take matters into your own hands? You know what? We never thought of that. We absolutely should. Slaughters everyone here. Well, that takes care of that. Wipes our hands of everything. Let's go, Spacey. Let's go back to base. Now that would be fun. Tenichibo scratched the tip of his nose. Seemed like he barely paid any mind to their stories. He's suspecting us. His threads are still yellow from wariness. Oh, and it's good we're here to be like, everyone's wary. Though he came off as optimistic on the outside, he was surprisingly critical in his thought process. It seemed that Tojo and Tomonari realized this as well. The two exchanged looks as if confirming something with one another. Like that they can, just read each other's thoughts. How adorable. How romantic. I don't blame you for being cautious, especially if two guys like us appeared out of nowhere. But there's a good reason for this. Lord Kaigyo, please lend them in here. It's a pretty miserable story. But Kaigyo furrowed his brow while shaking his head. Nah, I'm good. I'm a dude who values instinct. Anyway, hurry up and chase those guys out, will ya? You don't need to kill them, but they're kind of giving off some bad vibes. Lord Kaigyo? They're both like, well, fuck. To think that he wouldn't even hear us out. He's like, yeah, they give off bad vibes. Get them out. But we know where your spot is, so you don't think we're going to come back? You're not going to move. Tojo and Tomonari's plan must have been to give an explanation to Tenichibo here and convince him. But if he wouldn't let us even give the explanation, then there was nothing else we could do. What should we do in times like this? What's something I can do? Since I was here, I wanted to help in any way possible. Over and over, I desperately tried to think of a plan in my head, and then... Hold on a sec. Who are you? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, are you gonna get creepy with me? Or like, wait, you brought me a girl? Ew! One of these bastards better save me. Yes, I am here as a gift for you. Ew, gross. One of my boyfriends better save me. Listen, if he were hot, but he's like 12. I know he's like our age, but he ain't my... No. You're not... Listen, if they were giving me to one of our vessel daddies, absolutely, I'd be like, all right, I'm into it. But you? No, not into it. No, wrong. I'll play the game, but one of these bastards better stop you before you touch me. I'll say. And then Tenichibo stared at me with shock. It seemed that he hadn't noticed my presence this entire time until now. Typical. You don't notice the only woman in this fucking sausage fest? Dude, bro, what the hell? Now that I think about it, I was the only one who didn't greet him. I can probably buy some time by giving a proper self-introduction. I apologize for the late introduction. I'm a member of the Takamura branch family. My name is Spacey. But strangely, Tenichibo gave absolutely no reaction to my greeting. In fact, he was simply staring at my face as if in a trance. Weird. Creepy. She's looking at his threads oh, why are they... Oh, they're pulsing red. He's in lust. Gross. He's not replying. There's no way he could have heard me, right? Huh. But the color of his threads... Oh, dear. Cute. You kind of had to know that was going to happen, but it's still funny. That was when the threads changed from yellow to a soft pink. Okay, told you. He's he's all in lurv. Oh, dear. Gross. Tenichibo's whispered word echoed in the silent space. What? I apologize. Can you say that again? Oh, come on. I said you're cute. You're straight up exactly the type of girl I like. Lord Kaigyo? I didn't mishear him. The thread's color had changed into one that represented affection, so I thought it might be the case, but I never could have predicted that I would be told something like that to my face. No! I mean, you're like, oh my god, I just came from the mountains and you think I'm cute? Thanks. So do all my boyfriends, but I can't see their threads, so it's like not the same. It's like a mystery with them, like it would be a normal girl who can't see threads talking to a dude. You're like, yeah, no, they're not. You don't realize inside he's like, ah, swooning like an idiot. Well, you're swooning like an idiot too. No, this guy, we're like, he's swooning like an idiot, and I'm over here uncomfortable. My threads are yellow. What's uncomfortable? Yellow is like on alert or whatever, but like, how should I respond in times like this? Wait, what kind of affection is this in the first place? This is wild. You're like definitely the most striking girl I've ever met in my life. You were living with monks. I'm gonna assume you didn't meet many girls. So... I guess that's still a compliment, though? Hey, how's about you be my girl? I'll pay for everything. I'll take care of you. I'll even do the whole lawful wife thing. Oh, dear God. I had just met you, and this is crazy. But now we're gonna get married, maybe? Okay. What? This must have been a continuation of the game where he gave people roles. Suddenly put on the spot, I decided to offer a condition, be honest, and express embarrassment. It's probably the condition, to be fair, because, like, be honest, I'm really embarrassed by this, but no, we're trying, we're like, this is the thing we can do. I was joking. Like, offering me up as here we go. Okay, great. One of my boyfriends better fucking stop this shit before he lays a hand on me, because gross. They were pretending to be like usurpers, not usurpers, but you know what I mean, like defectors. There you go, that's the word. They were pretending to defect, and I'm pretending to be into this guy so that they can also be let in. So the condition would be like, yeah, okay, but like my boyfriends have to tag along too. Okay, seriously, like there's like nothing going on just because we make out. It doesn't mean anything. Oh my god, get over it. Like. Yes, condition. I agonized over it. Oh, that's true. I don't think either one of them's wrong. Right, I forgot that that's how it goes. Then this one was... Okay. I was like, there's a right answer and a wrong... There's not. There's a right answer for Tojo and a right answer for Tominari. So this was... Okay, I forgot about that. Until I saw the green bubbles and I was like, okay. I truly agonized over how to respond. Wait a minute. Let's stay calm and think this through. This is an important moment that decides whether Tenichibo will let us be his companions or not. If I accept this confession, chances are he'll let us join him. Or is this going to be like the whole part of the route, or is it going to be like just a couple like, you know what I mean? Like, is this like, you know? I feel like this is just like a small portion. Like, it's not going to be like, oh, then we're always here, and then we're playing the game. You know what I mean? Like, with him, not like the game we're playing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like this is going to be the whole plot, like the whole route, and then even going into Kunitaka's route's going to be like, and then like we're in chapter 12 and we're still hanging out with these dudes. You know? Because that would make falling in love with him a little awkward while we're pretending to be this dude's girlfriend. But then pretending to be this dude's girlfriend makes Yoshimune technically our, like, dad-in-law, so he's our daddy then. And he's kind of hot, so fair enough, there you go. Have your, father-in-law fantasies, I guess. We married the nerd to get close to the hot father. Okay, sure, right. Did I read that if I accept this confession, he'll probably let us join him? Whatever, something like that. In that case, I should accept it for now as a member of the Oniwabon? Oh, I should accept it. Yeah, okay, questioningly. Okay, but anyway. But no matter what type of affection he has toward me, to say something so irresponsible... My mind was made up, and I voiced my ultimate decision. That depends. Huh? What do you mean? That depends. Only if you accept my conditions. First off, you need to let us join you as your companions. What? You're trying to bargain with me? He's scary. No, right now he just looks sad and pathetic, actually. He's like, what? You're trying to bargain with me? He's not like, what? You're trying to bargain? He doesn't look angry. He looks sad. He's like, what? I told you that I love you. You know? But I can't back down here. Come on, me. That's the idea. Now he looks mad, but I don't know. I can't take him seriously. He's got baby face. After I made my desperate declaration, Tenichibo fell silent with his eyes wide open. What should I do? I think I made him angry. I like this girl. Huh? I thought you were just a cute face, but now you're showing the guts to strike a deal with me? That's hot. I wanted to make you my girl. I want to make you my girl even more now. This game is fucking ridiculous. I love it. Oh, dear God. Alright, that's cool. I'll let you guys join me. No way I could refuse a request from the girl I love. Thank you very much. It seemed that the conversation had taken a positive turn. But instead of calming down, Tenichibo leaned forward even more. So what are your conditions for marrying me? What do I have to do for you to become my wife? You need money? Fame? How about status? No, wait! Love? Whatever you want, it's for you. If it's for you, babe. Whatever you want if it's for you, babe. This fucking kid's hilarious. Holy fucking shit. Oh, God. I love this game. It's so funny. You know what? Seriously, no, you guys were right. We're like, I think you'd enjoy this. You're right. You were right. And I just feel so sad we had this game sitting in the backlog for like a year. Holy shit. They did not do enough to sell this one. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't, they're like, oh yeah, here's a game, like, whatever. But, like, I don't know. Is it just me? Like, the marketing for it wasn't there. You know what I mean? Or, I don't know. Like, you're like, I'm going to buy every game that comes out anyway. But I just feel like maybe it was me and I didn't do the research to read what it was about too much or, like, whatever. But this is just, I don't know. I feel like there was a disconnect of, like, my expectations. Like, oh, okay, sure. And then this is, like, fucking gold. Oh, dear God. Oh, it's so funny. Oh, I love it. That's... To be frank, I don't actually want him to fulfill any condition. In which case, it's a secret. You'll have to guess what I'm wishing for. Are you kidding me? I gotta start from there. Even Princess Kaguya wasn't this vague. Well, let's just call it here for today. What? You're still here? Can't you see him in the middle of something? Save it for later. And no, you should play it slow and steady. Can't play it cool if you're being impatient, right? And besides, I hate to say it, but you have a long road ahead of you if you really want this girl to fall for you. But wouldn't it be better to think of a strategy? If you're fine with it, I can give you some advice. I've known her for quite a while, so I should be able to give some good suggestions. I see. Makes sense. What's going on? There was a lot of things I wanted to say, but in order to get through this, I had no choice but to stay silent. While Tenichibo's attention was turned away, I pulled the corner of Tojo's kimono in order to get his attention. Thank you so much, Tojo. You helped me by changing the topic. I should be the one thanking you. Thanks to your quick thinking, they let us in without a problem. I thought this during yesterday's tea ceremony too, but you might actually be perfectly suited for the Oniwaban. Is that so? Yeah, be proud of that. If you have the courage to improvise that much, you undoubtedly have talent. Spacey, I'm glad you're here. I'll be counting on you again. Kiss me now, goddammit. I love his over-the-shoulder sprite. I don't know what it is. It's, like, beautiful. Thank you very much. Tojo must have understood what was on my mind when I said what I did. It made me a little happy, and my lips couldn't help but curl into a smile. The conversation went on for a little longer, though. It might have turned out ugly. How come? Look at Tominari's face. You'll understand. He really adores you. And again, the game's really trying hard. Tominari's over there like, how dare you touch the girl I like? And we're gonna bang Tojo. Like, at least when you go into the other districts, you're not around Tominari, so it's different. You're like, I'm not around him, you fall in love with someone else, whatever. But we're here between the two of them in this sandwich, and we're like, nope, hand in Tominari's face, pushing him away because we're gonna bang Tojo. Like, what the fuck? The game's so mean to this poor boy. Yeah, he looks so, no, he ain't having it. He's right. He looks very upset. I'll make sure to apologize later. With the conversation neatly wrapped up, Tenichibo turned back to face everyone in a better mood. So with that out of the way, let's have one more toast to our new brothers in arms. What the hell did you say to me? As if to shatter the peaceful atmosphere, a man's angry shout suddenly echoed through the air. When I looked in the direction of the shouting, I saw two irate Ronin glaring at each other. On the ground next to them was a smashed bottle, its contents slowly spreading. Shut up! Yelling so close to my ears! You think I'm gonna stay quiet after that kind of insult, you bastard? Say that to my face one more time! I was just speaking the truth. You ain't cut out to be a finance commissioner. You can't even use an abacus. Yeah, well, I don't need one because I've got a fucking calculator on my phone. And then everyone's like, what? And you're like, shit, I'm not supposed to admit I'm a time traveler. Huh? You going against Lord Kaigyo's wishes? The Ronin unsheathed their swords as if it were as easy as breathing. It seemed that they were about to start a fight over the Lord's role-playing game. I mean, because they're taking it seriously, but again, it's like, well, this is why you can't promise someone who doesn't know math a job in finance. Like, I don't know, maybe don't be dumb as fuck. What are you trying to do, take over the U.S. government? Because then that makes sense, absolutely. The atmosphere was tense around the Ronin, who looked like they were just about ready to start slashing at each other. Well, they'll take each other out, so that works. Is this okay? If we don't stop them now, something bad's bound to happen, right? But even when I tried to catch their attention, Tojo and Tominari simply watched over the situation with cool expressions. That was a long sentence, I should have taken a breath. They didn't look like they were going to move an inch. Hey, their swords are out. Shouldn't we stop them? No, let the trash take itself out. Sorry, I can't right now. It'd spell trouble for us if we did something stupid and they found out who we were. Let's just see where this goes. We came here only to investigate the Ronin. No intention of meddling in anyone else's affairs. It's true, but I couldn't protest against his overly cold opinion. For us, the mission was our #1 priority. Everything else would have to be ignored. We had no other choice but to silently watch over the commotion. I can understand the reasoning, but was this the difference between an amateur and an Oniwaban, or perhaps the difference between a human and a vessel? Despite my complicated feelings, I could do nothing but watch the Ronin insult each other. However, shut up! Tenichimo marched over toward them without hesitation, barging in between the Ronin. Though he was confronting a band of armed men, he showed absolutely no hint of fear. Rather, Tenichibo was glaring at the two with a menacing gaze. Just non-stop yapping about the dumbest, most boring nonsense from the two of you. Literally the worst. I hate it. Hey, you there. You remember our policy? Huh? No? Shh, can't teach anything around here. It's zero tolerance, remember? Oh, look how cute. They have a zero tolerance policy. No fighting. No fighting in the man harem. See, he gets it. After finishing what he said, Tenichibo tightly clenched one of his hands into a fist. Strangely, the moment they saw that, the group of Ronin took an almost exaggerated step back. But please, anything but that! Oh, has he got a, like, super strong punch fist or something? Not normal, dude. Lord Kaiju, I apologize. Let's settle this one calmly. No way! I'm a man of my word. And then Tenichibo, still clenching the palm of his hand, raised his arm high into the air. I was going to say, there's like a black spot now, so. Familiar black threads were wrapped around his hand. Huh. why are there threads in such a place? Can he control the threads? Oh, that's dangerous. And interesting. In that instant, the black threads burst, spreading. And from that distance, a giant blightfall appeared. What? This is unexpected. Hey, pal, go crush those guys. As soon as it was ordered by Tenichibo, the giant blightfall obediently extended its tendrils and began attacking. The blow carried momentum, and the two were catapulted back all the way into the forest. Of course, the dark tendril didn't even scratch Tenichibo, who stood nearby. He can control the blightfall. That's so fucking creepy. Interesting. Nice, we're all good now. After seeing things were finished, Tenichibo slowly lowered his arm. That's a dangerous power to have. Then the giant blightfall disintegrated into black threads and disappeared without a trace, as if nothing had been there to begin with. Amazing! Extraordinary as always! To think that he could control such a monster! Lord Kaigyo is such an exceptional man! I mean... Okay, you're like, look, they're gonna follow this twerp, and then it's like, well, he can control the evil Blightfall monster, so... You know what? Now I get it. If we follow him, we might really become daimyo, serving directly under the shogun someday. All around us, the Ronin gave praises to him while looking on with eyes full of respect and reverence. Looking satisfied with himself, Tenichibo once again slowly raised his hand, as if to draw their attention to him. Today I'm going to ask y'all to hear me out again. First, I'm grateful to you guys. Honestly, I'm super stoked that we wound up with this many compatriots. I never could have imagined it. I love the fucking modern-ass language. I'm super stoked. Dude, I'm super stoked. Maybe we should give him that voice. There you go. Bro, okay. Because he's thank you. It was honestly great to meet all you guys. We should go surfing after this, bruh, man. Super stoked. What the fuck? The Ronin became riled up at Tenichibo's words of gratitude, which held a hint of embarrassment. It was as if they were warriors listening to a speech before a battle. So, I've been thinking about lots of stuff. How if there's this many people gathered here, doesn't make sense to keep you guys waiting. So I thought, maybe it's about time we make our move. The people's cheers became even louder at Tenichibo's momentous confession. During this, Tenichibo slowly took out a parchment from his clothing, as if he was trying to build suspense. Even from far away, I could tell. Written on that parchment were the words, Lord Yoshimune Tokugawa. As you can see, this letter's a document addressed to my dad, telling him to hurry the hell up and acknowledge me and make me a daimyo. I'm gonna make Dad read this to start. If I do that, not even he can ignore me. Ain't that right? Anyways, you over there, go ahead and stick this in the petition box. Petition box, a suggestions box instituted by Yoshimune Tokugawa to solicit opinions about the shogunate from commoners. Well, that was your first mistake. It sounds like a good idea until then there's this. So put the, oh no. Right away, sir! After Tenichibo pushed the letter onto him, the Ronin bolted off as fast as he could. That's settled then. Sooner or later, Dad should reply. Until then... How's he going to reply? Is there a post box in the woods? Until then, let's get wasted! The Ronin started drinking once more. Though we tried to play along and act natural, we still weren't able to speak much. A human controlling a blightfall. That shocking sight had left us at a loss for words. Oh! Chapter 3? Oh, yeah, right. Okay, we were in Chapter 2, right. Chapter 1 is common. Chapter 2 and 3 are Samurai Town common, right. The day after we finished our reports to the Oniwaban, the Samurai Town team gathered in the audience room. The reason, of course, was to once again report to Lord Yoshimune about the case of Kaigyo Tenichibo. Kaigyo, yeah. Oh! Oh, stop. I missed you. I forget all of their names. Like, Miyagi, I remember because it's like Mr. Miyagi from Karate Kid. It just pops into my head, so I remember that, but I don't remember glasses. And Kyoshiro, I always forget him, but it's like, I don't forget you. I forgot your name. But listen, there's a lot of characters. We'll get it eventually. Hopefully by the end, because when we leave Samurai Town, I won't be able to see her beautiful bastard face. And that's how we found out that someone calling himself the illegitimate son of Lord Yoshimune had been illegally gathering Ronin. According to the report from the Oniwaban, Tenichibo gained the Ronin's trust through his ability to control the Blightfall. He's also submitted a formal complaint to the petition box. His goal is legitimization from Lord Yoshimune, as well as a befitting status. But are we sure he's really his son? Lord Yoshimune would be like, I mean, he could be. Who knows? I see. We're in quite the pickle, it seems. You think anybody in ye olde times actually said quite the pickle? Like, when did that actually become, like, common? Like, this is quite the pickle. Like, that sounds like something like your dad or grandpa said. You know what I mean? Sounds like something that came out of, like, the early 1900s, but not further back. But then again, I mean, Tenichiba's super stoked, bro. He didn't say bro, but I'm waiting for it. After hearing all of the reports, Lord Yoshimune responded as if it had nothing to do with him. By the way, have we ever encountered a human controlling Blightfall before? No, no one has. In the 10 years since the formation of the Oniwaban, there hasn't been a single person capable of such a thing. I've confirmed with those in Kyoto and Osaka, and it's the same there. Which means this is the first time since the Oniwaban began. After he said that, Yoshimune turned his gaze toward us. I hear you were the ones who reported the case. Is there anything you wish to add? No, nothing in particular. Same. Spacey, how about you? What did you see with your own eyes? At Lord Yoshimune's question, I tried to recall once more the shocking sight. What Tenichibo looked like as he raised his arm into the sky in order to summon a Blightfall. When Tenichibo summoned the Blightfall, I saw what appeared to be black threads attached to his hand. Is it rare for black threads to attach themselves in such a way to a human? Yes, that was the first time I've seen it. Normal humans should only have threads at their neck. I see. So that means the threads could have something to do with how he summons the Blightfall. But from henceforth, you're to find out how Tenichibo is summoning of the Blightfall. An investigation will most likely proceed most smoothly with you involved, Spacey. Yeah, considering the fact that, he's in love with me, so I'll have to be like, oh my god, it's like, how do you do that? It's so sexy. Like, you know, like, I thought you were, like, cute before, but, like, and, like, you know, you're, like, powerful, so great, but, like, that is, like, so hot. Should I make her talk like that when she's talking to him? Tojo and Tominari are like, the fuck is happening? Oh my god, if he's gonna be like Surfer Boy, then I have to be like Valley Girl, you know what I mean? Like, I have to match his freak, you know? Like, oh my god. Oh, we should not be having this much fun. Yes, we should. Yes, we should. We need to have this much fun in our lives. Affirmative! You forgot, we do the Valley Girl voice when there's multiple characters talking at the same time. This is everyone, so. So, are we correct in presuming that there's no need to investigate Kaigyo Tenichibo's identity? Yes, we've already had contact from Tenichibo's side. Having the Kanto Magistrate open an investigation would be the best option. Kanto Magistrate, a job title for local administrative officials within the shogunate. These magistrates control shogunate territories in the Kanto region. That's why they're the Kanto Magistrate. Therefore, there's no need to concern yourselves over whether he is really the illegitimate son or not. Yeah, but, like, we all curious, like, you know, it'd be very easy for Yoshimune to be like, I have not been banging anyone aside from my wife, so that's bullshit. But the fact that he's like, oh, well, we need to go investigate that is like, sir, you've been sticking it where it don't belong, whore. That's just admitting you got girls on the side. That's not saying that this is your son, but it's like the fact that it was a possibility. It's like, Sam's. I mean, again, did we expect different? No, but at the same time, like, sir, at least deny it. But actually, no. The fact that you're I mean, it's possible. Good for you. Own up to being a man whore. Like, let your man whore flag fly. At least we know what we're in for. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, what? I never cheated. No, baby, I only love you. He's like, no, yeah, I'll throw it down wherever. Like, hey, okay. I mean, sorry for your wife, but of course, we don't know that he's married, so he might not have a wife. So he's like, well, I mean, illegitimate child because I'm not married and, like, still get my rocks off. Like, then it's okay. I mean, it's probably seen as like, so wrong. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, that's why there's like whorehouses and brothels and shit. Like, who do you think is going to those? Men. That's why I never understood when men are like, oh, gross, you're dating a woman who used to be like a prostitute. Ew. And it's like, why do you think prostitution exists? Because you're all the ones that are having sex with prostitutes or paying call girls or watching porn, but then you think that those people that are doing the things that you enjoy are gross, but you're the one watching it or paying for the sex. Does it not, like, you can't do math, can you? It's just weird. But anyway, so like, obviously there's brothels around and like whatever, and like, so you know if he's an unmarried man, he's probably banging around town. So like, and there's not birth control. So like, I mean, he's probably got 6 kids out there for all we know. And again, not an issue if you're not married. Then fine, do whatever you're gonna do, sir, or whoever. But like, if you're married, you're a man whore. So we don't know that he's got a wife. Maybe his wife's dead. We don't know. We don't know the story. We don't really know. But like, whatever. The fact that he's not like, whoa, 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 no. Absolutely no shot of that. Oh my God, is the music janky again? It's janky again. You know what? Sorry, guys. It's just janky again. I'm not stopping it and fixing it again. Doesn't seem like it's very loud for you guys, so that's okay. Anyway, therefore, there's no need to concern yourself over whether he's really the illegitimate son or not. Everyone nodded as if they were convinced by the additional explanation. She's like, It seemed that the conversation had reached an endpoint. May I ask you a question, Lord Yoshimune? I'll allow it. Ask away. You really banging other people behind your wife's back? Lord Yoshimune, do you have any thoughts on Kaikyo Tenichibo? Thoughts, you say? Like, whether or not Tenichibo is really your child. Oh, so that's what you're talking about. In that case... Of course I have thoughts on it. Too many, in fact. Your lordship. Huh? What does that mean exactly? Kyoshiro, I want you to explain. I understand. Ordered by Lord Yoshimune, Kyoshiro adjusted his seiza with a somewhat defeated look on his face. Aww. I'm sure you know that before Lord Yoshimune became the shogun, he was the daimyo of Kishu province. Well, at the time, Lord Yoshimune could move more freely than he can now. So when he had time, he walked around the cities. Was he trying to see how the citizens were living from up close? When you say walk around the city, do you mean sleep around the city? And also, if we're having do you think he could possibly be your son? Hey, you tell them. And then this poor man is like, I have to talk about Lord Yoshimune's sexual exploits right now. That's right. And as a result, He had relations with many women. I can't believe we're having this conversation. This is so fucking awkward. Kyoshiro really is like, I have to explain our Lord's sexual habits to someone else. Like, dude, I just, this is what you guys talked about before I was here? Why do you know this? I mean, why do you know this? I mean, some people are very open and talk about things like this, especially dudes, but like, this just seems really weird that Lord Yoshimune would be like, man, should have seen the chick I fucked last night. Like, what the? But this is, like, I don't think the vessels existed at that point, right? This is before he became the shogun. So then he became the shogun. He's like, let me tell you about my sexual exploits in my younger years. What the fuck? Could you imagine? And like, I'm sorry, Kyoshiro was sitting there probably just like, I can't believe I have to listen to this. And now he's the one that's telling us. Oh god, I love this game so much. We're never gonna get through this because I'm laughing too much. I can't. Every 5 minutes, there's just something else fucking bonkers going on. Oh my god, guys. I'm crying so hard. I can't see straight. Oh, I love this. It's so funny. Huh? Lord Yoshimune, and do you remember how many women you had relations with during that time? What? And this man's gonna like, dude, what a whore! He's like basically everyone I saw. No, not at all. I may well have never met them again. I don't bother counting each and every one of them. I mean, good for you owning up, but I can't believe we're having this conversation. And there you have it. They spoke of the truth so calmly, as if it were nothing more than small talk. I was shaken. She's like, awkward. Lord Yoshimune was a womanizer? That's common knowledge here. So if you're into your Lord Yoshimune, if you saw him and you were like, hi, daddy, you have a shot, basically. Seriously, I mean, it's not even you have a shot. Your chances are like 100% that all you're going to do is bat your eyes at him and you're going to be on the floor and he's going to be on top of you. So I'm just saying, good for you girls. Okay? He is ready and raring to go. Unfortunately, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's hot for an old, like, he's a daddy. Don't get me wrong. But I'm still like, you can't. We got our actual boyfriends, and then we've got our vessel daddies that I can't date. So if I'm going after any undateable character, Kyoshiro's #1 on that fucking list. So sorry, Lord Yoshimune, you don't have a chance with that man standing next to you. Oh yeah, everybody knows. Then there's a chance that Tenichibo is a child from that time period? And again, when I said he has probably like 6 kids, that was a serious underestimation. I can't deny it. The Tenichibo in question is around your age, no? And it's not impossible. Me having an illegitimate child? He sure got me there. He is just rolling. He's like, me having an illegitimate child. You got me there. I probably got 12. And so he probably has at least a dozen, if you think about it. Lord Yoshimune's loud laughter resounded through the room and lowered the curtains on a nerve-wracking conversation. After we left the audience room, as we walked, we discussed our future plans. I'd still be reeling over this and be like, that was an awkward conversation. Oh. In any case, we won't figure out how Tenichibo summons the Blightful unless we observe the man. Luckily, we've become friends with a lot of them, so let's try to participate in meetings every once in a while. Agreed. My powers should be able to play a role here. I have to watch carefully. And outside of those times, the Tominari and I will take turns watching over Tenichibo. And considering he can control Blightfall, we need to be on our best behavior. Understood. Shouldn't I be watching over him too? I might be able to see things, and it'd be difficult for just the two of you to observe him constantly, right? Well, that's true, but... Lacey, you shouldn't do it. Takes proper skill to keep watch. Not to mention... Tominari's like, I don't want you near that man. Upon saying that much, Tominari fell silent with a complicated expression on his face. What's wrong, Tominari? And did you forget Tenichibo proposed to you? If he finds you while you're standing guard alone, handling him's gonna be a pain in the... That's right. So much happened that I almost forgot Tenichibo confessed to me. But I felt like an extension of the role play, so I wonder if he was really serious. Oh yeah, no, I feel like he was serious. It was true he had affection for me, but threads can't tell me what kind of affection that is. So that's that. Leave the watch to us, okay? Yes, I understand. Thank you for your work. I myself had many thoughts on the matter. In any case, I didn't have the skills. I had no choice but to accept the decision. From that day on, the Samurai Town team's surveillance of Tenichibo began. Sorry, Bird. We would participate together in so-called meetings, which were actually drinking parties. Tominari and Tojo would watch him, shadowing his steps. But through all of that, Tenichibo didn't make any new moves. From the looks of it, he was sincerely waiting for a reply from the shogunate. Of course, I also tried observing Tenichibo myself, but the black threads never appeared on his arm. Then, a few days later, I was taking a casual stroll around Samurai Town while holding Kamame in my arms. Oh, look, it's your turn, Bird. Kamame, the weather's so good today. No? You got a line. You're not going to read it? Okay, he's not going to read it. Oh, he peeped. He went... He made a lazy little peep. You going to talk? Can I say something? It's the birdie's line. You say cheep? Cheep, cheep. You say something? No? Fine. Cheep. I'll cheep for you. I'll do it. I know. Sometimes you're just not in the mood for reading lines. There wasn't a meeting with Tenichibo and the others that day, so I also got a day off from the Oniwaban. And then I love how they actually show Kamame. And the dynamicness of the sprites is great. I offered to help Kyoshiro, but he told me to focus on the Tenichibo case and turned me down. Oh, no, let me help you. I'll do whatever. I'll do anything you want. Anything. We can reenact. You can show me basically what Lord Yoshimune was doing with all those women. Because, you know, I don't know. Yeah, that's it. I have no clue, so I'm going to need a physical demonstration. But not from him, but from you. I need you to show... I love him. Shut up. Tenichibo's Tenichibo case, an incident where Kaikyo Tenichibo, a Yamabushi monk, assembled a group of ronin while claiming to be the illegitimate son of Yoshimune Tokugawa, the 8th shogun of the Edo shogunate. He controlled Blightfall for his own uses. It's kind of funny that had to pop. We know. In that case, then the only thing left for me to do is patrol. I still haven't grasped the layout of Samurai Town, so I have to take this chance to learn it properly. Come on, mate, let's hang out today. Chirp. No, you didn't want chirp? Okay. When I quietly addressed her, Komame energetically spread her wings in my arms. I continued to walk for 4.5 bells. No matter where I went, everything looked like the same old Samurai Town. But then it suddenly appeared. This is... At first it looked like a normal samurai mansion. Sounds like a bunch of kids. But beyond the pure white walls, I could hear the delighted and shrill sounds of children having fun. This might be the first time I've come across children gathered in Samurai Town. They seem like they're having fun, but I wonder what they're doing. Even though I knew it was rude, I furtively peeked inside. There I saw around 10 children gathered in the yard. There was a fair age gap between the children. It seemed there were kids from between the ages of around 5 to 10. And in the middle of all those children was... Oh, look! Tojo CG. I was literally, okay, I'm not even gonna lie. I should have said it. I was thinking, we didn't get any CGs in this part. Well, here you go. Think it and be rewarded. Guys, don't get too excited. I don't want to see you getting hurt.
We know, Master. Master, can we play tag? You could be it.
To my surprise, Tojo was there. He seemed to be having fun playing while the children pulled on his arms. I immediately looked at the door plate and found Tojo's name unmistakably carved into it. Tojo, how many kids do you have? Is this Tojo's mansion? But why is he with so many children? There's no way that this is a mansion from the Oniwaban. This is a mission from the Oniwaban, sorry. I continued to watch in surprise when one of the children suddenly turned to look at me.
Huh? Master, there's a guest at the door.
I don't remember planning for any guests to come over. Wait, it's Spacey. Oh, and Komame's with you too. Jeep! When Tojo called out to her, Komame became guarded and buried her face into my arms. The bird hates him. Komame, what's wrong? Komame never changes. Tojo walked toward me while scratching the back of his head, looking somewhat forlorn. Poor thing. I'm sorry for coming here so suddenly. I just happened to pass by. Don't worry about it. We're having a stroll today. Yeah, I wanted to properly learn the layout of Samurai Town. What were you doing, Tojo? Why do you have 13 kids here? They're all Lord Yoshimune's other kids. Me? As you can see, I'm playing with kids. Tominari keeps watch during the day, so I have lots of time. Oh, right, I haven't told you. I'm actually renting this mansion and running a temple school. This gathering's kind of part of that. Because you're like, where did you get the kids, though? Because I was thinking, like, there's a bunch of kids. Oh, it must be a school or something. Okay, there you go. That makes sense. What? Really? Well, I have missions, so I can only open classes on occasion. And then Tojo glanced at the children playing in the back. A teacher at a temple school. Tojo seems like he's good at taking care of people, so this job suits him. That's it. It was a pencil. Or like a teacher's notebook or a chalkboard or something. He was some kind of teacher's implement. That's why he's got the teaching thing. Or a kid's stuffed rabbit or something. You know what I mean? Something. But it's rare for a temple school to only open on occasion. What kinds of things do you teach them? Well, let's see. The kids who come here are all from samurai families, so I mostly teach them things only an active samurai can. And those kids usually go to a domain school, so I'm more of a tutor for them. I don't want to click to accidentally click. Okay, there we go. Domain school. A school under a direct control of a feudal domain, established by various fiefdoms to educate the offspring of daimyo retainers. Domain schools? Is that different from a temple school? Yeah, it's a school that only samurai families go to. Feudal retainers' children mainly learn how to write and how to read Confucian texts. So this is actually closer to a domain school, but I call it a temple school for convenience sake.
Master, what about the rest of Koto?
Oh, Kotoro? Kotoro, yeah.
Is that lady over there gonna play too?
Kotoro, a version of tag. At that point, a child hugged Tojo, interrupting our conversation. By the time I realized it, the kids who were in the back had gathered in front of the gate. Come on, you guys. That's pretty rude to the guests, don't you think?
But it's just rare for a girl to come. The only person who visits is that quiet older guy.
A quiet older guy? Are they talking about Tominari? I guess older guy, older than them, but he's not older than Tojo.
Oh, and that proper-looking samurai, too. He was super cool. When's he coming again?
Kyoshiro? Oh, that's Kenjiro. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's super cool. I guess he's popular with the kids, too.
Hey, big sis!
And then a boy tugged at my kimono. What is it?
How do you know, Master?
He's my lover. The unexpected question came at me like an ambush. I froze for a second. He's a friend. We're coworkers. I'd say friend instead of coworkers. Yeah, okay. I was like, coworkers is so informal. Like, we're coworkers, and that's like, ouch. And again, saying to Tojo, we're coworkers would probably get you points with Tominari. But he's a friend is more like friendly. You know what I mean? Like coworkers, business, friends, friendly. Better answer. You know what I mean? When you're trying to woo a man, obviously. Okay. I think that was self-explanatory. I didn't. Anyway, technically, coworkers would be most accurate. But if I say that, they'll probably ask what kind of work we do, and I won't know how to answer. Yeah, I'd rather avoid that. Then, after I gathered my thoughts, I slowly opened my mouth. He's a friend.
A friend of Master?
Yeah, is that weird?
Yep, it's so weird.
Huh? An instant reply.
'Cause you and Master are such different ages. How did you get to know him? Oh, are you from a samurai family? Did you have your father introduce you to Master?
Are you gonna get married? I'm waiting for that question. They didn't ask. Oh, okay. It's unusual for a girl to visit. I was like, do they not have girl children here? There you go.
Are you really friends? If you're on equal standing, then you wouldn't talk so politely to each other, right?
That's... I thought they were just kids, but they're a lot sharper than I expected, bastards. It seemed the children from samurai families had quite an eye for observation. In comparison, I didn't even think my reply through, and I couldn't even answer them properly.
Hey! So why is it? Big sis! Where did you meet Master? Just what kind of relationship do you have with Master?
That's... Hey, now, stop pestering her with all those questions. She can't answer them if you ask all it...
Oh, I got it. She must be Master's fiancé.
There you go. Here it is. Cute. I love it. She's all, what? Even Tojo with that, yeah, I mean, we're gonna be. We're still in chapter 3, but we're almost to his route, so. Both Tojo and I were unable to immediately react to those shocking words. Even during that time, the children were nodding to each other as if convinced.
I see. And she said they were friends earlier because she was too embarrassed. Adults always say whatever they can to try and brush the topic away.
This little girl is so sassy. Oh no. If this goes on, then they'll have a weird misconception about Tojo. Stop biting my headset, bird. It might affect our mission, so I have to do everything I can to avoid that. That's not true. That's completely and totally not true. Tojo and I are complete strangers. After I declared that, the mood turned indescribably frigid. Look, Tojo looked so sad. I'd messed up. My tongue had slipped. Hey, strangers is a bit much, don't you think? That'll hurt anyone coming from someone like you. Even me. I'm so sorry. It was just, in the spur of the moment, I didn't mean to go that far. Sorry. I was messing with you. Don't worry, I completely understand. I'm really sorry. I shrank down apologetically. Behind me, the children gathered together and started to whisper.
Master wasn't angry at all. He looks like he's having more fun than when he talks with the older guys, too. Yeah, he looks different than usual. Does that mean the big sister is a special person to Master, and she was trying to hide her embarrassment? So she really is his fiancé. I thought they were perfect from each other from the moment we met. These fucking kids. Hey, when are you two going to become husband and wife? What do husband and wives do anyway?
You don't get to learn that lesson. You have to wait till you're older, and then Kyoshiro will tell you all about Lord Yoshimune, and then you'll have that conversation. You're a bit too young for that. I'll tell you when you're older. However, Tojo didn't even try to correct them and only gave an ambiguous answer. Seeing that, I hurriedly whispered into his ear. Tojo, are you really going to let them have the wrong idea about us? In these situations, there's no use giving half-baked excuses. You might not like it, but just bear with me for a little while. No, it's not that I don't like the idea of it. Oh, really? From how you seemed earlier, I was convinced you didn't like the idea. That's not it. I just didn't want to cause any trouble for you. Ah, so that's what it was. Well, I'm glad you don't dislike me. Huh? If it's with you, I wouldn't dislike the idea either. Look at you getting all, they were all getting flirty and shit right off the bat. I love it.
Hey, Master, what are you guys talking about? Tell us more about the big sister.
Ah, all right, all right. How about you guys go study by yourselves in the room for a little bit and I'll tell you later.
Okay, see you later, big sis.
Yeah. And then the children energetically ran off, pushed along by Tojo. While Tojo had his back facing me, thoughts raced through my head. What did he mean just now? No, this is Tojo we're talking about. He didn't mean anything more than what he said. Yeah, that must be it. I managed to convince myself after a period of anguish, all the while pretending I didn't notice my cheeks were becoming incredibly hot. Just pretend you have a fever. Oh, that was not a transition. It wasn't exactly a transition, but I'm going to cut it because we're a little over time and I'm recording this on my lunch, so I do have to go and I have to eat lunch because I'm fucking starving. So it wasn't exactly a transition. It's a continuation of the scene, but I have a feeling it's going to go on for a while. And because I had to stop, we're already like 5 minutes over at least, like roughly. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.